Join me as I dive deep into the eerie secrets of the Harvest Feast folk horror mystery and try to uncover what's really behind it all. Folk horror, as a genre, has always fascinated me. The way it taps into our deep-seated fears, the way it wraps itself around ancient traditions and myths, and the way it makes us question the very fabric of our societies. And within this genre, there's one celebration that stands out for its unsettling atmosphere and mystique: the Harvest Feast. But what's behind this seemingly innocent harvest celebration, and what makes it such a staple of folk horror? The Harvest Feast is a celebration that's steeped in mystery and fear. On the surface, it's a joyous occasion, a time to come together with family and friends, to give thanks for the bounty of the land, and to feast on the fruits of our labor. But scratch beneath the surface, and you'll find a tangled web of dark myths, ancient rituals, and disturbing symbolism. The Harvest Feast is a time when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, when the spirits of the past come to claim their due, and when the fabric of reality is at its most fragile. At its core, the Harvest Feast is a celebration of the cycle of life and death, of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. It's a time when the old gods and goddesses of the land are appeased, when the fertility of the earth is ensured, and when the boundaries between the worlds are blurred. But it's also a time of great risk, when the forces of darkness can easily gain the upper hand, when the unsuspecting can fall prey to ancient curses, and when the very fabric of reality can tear apart. In many ways, the Harvest Feast is a celebration of the primal fears that lie at the heart of human existence: the fear of death, the fear of the unknown, and the fear of being consumed by forces beyond our control. It's a celebration that taps into our deep-seated anxieties, that plays on our darkest fears, and that reminds us that, no matter how civilized we may be, we're always just one step away from the abyss. The origins of the Harvest Feast are shrouded in mystery, lost in the mists of time. Some say it dates back to ancient pagan rituals, when the Druids and other pagan priests would perform elaborate ceremonies to ensure the fertility of the land. Others claim it's a relic of a darker, more sinister past, when human sacrifice was a common practice, and when the gods of the land demanded blood and terror as their due. Whatever its origins, one thing is clear: the Harvest Feast has been a part of our collective psyche for centuries, a symbol of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. At its heart, the Harvest Feast is a ritual of appeasement, a way of placating the ancient gods and goddesses of the land. It's a time when the old ways are remembered, when the ancient rituals are recreated, and when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. It's a time when the boundary between the living and the dead is blurred, when the spirits of the past come to claim their due, and when the unsuspecting can fall prey to ancient curses. In many ways, the Harvest Feast is a celebration of the power of the land, of the cycles of nature, and of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. It's a celebration that taps into our deep-seated connection to the earth, that reminds us of our place in the grand scheme of things, and that warns us of the dangers of forgetting our roots. But it's also a celebration that's fraught with danger, when the forces of darkness can easily gain the upper hand, when the unsuspecting can fall prey to ancient curses, and when the very fabric of reality can tear apart. But what's the most shocking insight about the Harvest Feast, the one that ties together all the themes of horror and community? It's this: the Harvest Feast is not just a celebration of the cycle of life and death, but a reminder that we're all just pawns in a much larger game, a game controlled by forces beyond our control. It's a celebration that reminds us that, no matter how much we may think we're in control, we're always just one step away from the abyss, and that the darkness that lurks just beyond the edge of our reality is always waiting to pounce. In the end, the Harvest Feast is a powerful symbol of the hidden darkness that lurks within our traditions, a reminder that even the most innocent-looking celebrations can have a dark and sinister underbelly. It's a celebration that challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question our assumptions, and to confront the darkness that lies within. So, what do you think? What's behind the eerie atmosphere of the Harvest Feast? Do you have any theories or insights to share? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my other videos on folk horror mysteries.